Are we standing at the edge of the great unknown? In quiet moments, when the noise of daily life fades, many feel it. A strange undercurrent, a silent tremor in the soul. Perhaps you've sensed it too. A shift in the world's rhythm. A crack in the ordinary. These terrifying signs are subtle but unmistakable. The news headlines read like prophecy. The skies offer strange mysteries, and nature seems more restless than ever. Are we on the brink of something monumental? It's a question echoing across faith communities, social circles, and even among scientists. One of them, Christian astrophysicist Dr. Hugh Ross, recently reignited this conversation with his astonishing insights. According to Ross, 5 profound clues suggest that life after death is not only possible but likely, stoking the fires of apocalyptic debate already roaring in the hearts of millions. For some, these signs affirm what ancient scripture has long predicted. For others, they're just coincidental tremors in a chaotic world. But what if it's not a coincidence? What if we are standing at the threshold of the final act? Sit tight. Let's dive into today's mystery and examine the unfolding events that believers and skeptics alike can't ignore. 10 eerie, terrifying developments that could be signs of the end times. 10. Santorini's sleeping beast awakens. Since January 2025, the picturesque island of Santorini, renowned for sunsets and blue-domed churches, has been trembling. Over 10,000 earthquakes have rattled the area, most minor, some serious. The ground groans with pressure, and for many, it's not just geological, it's spiritual. Christians have turned to the words of Jesus in Matthew 24 verse 7 and Luke 21 verse 11. And there shall be great earthquakes in diverse places. Is this one of them? Santorini sits atop a volcanic caldera, dormant but deadly. Could the rumblings signal more than tectonic activity? Could they be part of something divine and foretold? 9. The world at war, no end in sight. Global conflict has exploded in the past 5 years, with fighting intensifying in Ukraine, Myanmar, Israel, and Gaza, and across Africa's Sahel region. In fact, the number of conflict zones worldwide has increased by a staggering 65%. Even in areas where temporary ceasefires hold, the tension is suffocating. The Bible doesn't shy away from the reality of war during the end times. In Matthew 24 verses 6 to 7, Jesus warns, "You will hear of wars and rumors of wars. Nation will rise against nation." Revelation 6 describes the red horseman, war itself, riding into the final chapter of Earth's story. Are we already hearing the hoofbeats? 8. The collapse of justice. There was a time when the justice system offered comfort. That time is fading fast. Across the UK and elsewhere, courts are failing. Trial delays, low conviction rates, and eroding public trust have become the norm. Criminals walk free, seemingly unafraid of punishment, even when facing capital crimes. Why? Because prison no longer deters. Execution doesn't frighten. The system is broken, and so are we. Paul's warning in 2 Timothy 3 verses 1 to 5 reads like today's headlines. Men shall be lovers of themselves, proud, blasphemers, without natural affection, lovers of pleasures more than of God. Could this be moral decay on a prophetic scale? 7. Technology, a double-edged revelation. Knowledge is power, and in 2025 we've never been more powerful or more vulnerable. AI, machine learning, and quantum computing have redefined intelligence. Your smartphone contains more knowledge than the greatest library of ancient times. But are we growing wiser or lost? Daniel 12 verse 4 tells us that in the last days, knowledge shall be increased. Are we racing toward an enlightened utopia or sleepwalking into a digital doomsday? 6. Plagues of biblical proportions. Locusts, one of the Bible's deadliest plagues, are back. Ethiopia, Somalia, and Kenya are under siege, with massive swarms devouring crops and livelihoods. But these are no ordinary locusts. Scientists recently discovered that some carry Candida auris, a lethal yeast that survives in their gut and is released into the environment. One swarm can consume food meant for 90 million people. Combined with the potential spread of disease, the devastation is immense. Revelation 9 describes locusts with faces like men and stings like scorpions, released to torment humanity. Are we seeing the first wave? 5. False prophets and false hope. In 2024, a man in Kenya named Eliud Simiyu claimed he was Jesus Christ returned. 1 million people followed him, some in awe, others with questions. His sudden disappearance after ridicule didn't stop the conversation. Matthew 24 verses 23 to 24 warns, "For there shall arise false Christs to deceive even the elect." Could it happen again? Are we prepared to tell the difference between truth and illusion? For signs in the heavens. Unusual celestial events have captivated global audiences. Blood moons, rare planetary alignments, and auroras in places that never see them. In 2025, 5 rare phenomena are expected, including a dramatic total lunar eclipse on March 14th. Luke 21 verse 25 speaks of signs in the sun, moon, and stars. Revelation 6 warns of stars falling and the moon turning to blood. When we gaze upward, are we witnessing cosmic warnings? 3. The death of morality. Crime surges. Leaders fall in scandals. The very concept of truth is under siege. In survey after survey, people from every continent agree moral standards are slipping. But this isn't new. 2 Timothy 3 reminds us that in the last days, love will grow cold. What may be new is how fast this decline has accelerated. Are we watching the final unraveling? 2. Drought, disease, and desperation. Climate change has turned once thriving regions into deserts. Malnutrition is rising. Deadly diseases, some without cures, are spreading in areas previously untouched. In Ethiopia, famine looms. In Malawi, disease spreads after a devastating cyclone. The infrastructure to contain it no longer exists. Jesus warned of pestilences in Matthew 24. Revelation 6 shows a pale horse, the harbinger of death. Are we watching his shadow grow? 1. The cost of faith. Around the world, Christians are under fire. Literally. In 2025, 70 believers were brutally executed in a church in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Over 365 million Christians face persecution globally. Matthew 24 verse 9 says, "Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted." And 2 Timothy 3 verse 12 confirms that all who live godly shall suffer persecution. Faith, once a comfort, is now a risk. But to millions, it's a risk worth taking. Even as these signs unfold, many scoff. They say, "Nothing's changed. The world keeps turning." Just as Peter foretold in 2 Peter 3 verse 4, "Where is the promise of his coming?" But dismissing the storm doesn't stop it. Ignoring the signs doesn't erase them. So, are we near the end? That's the question. And perhaps deep down we already know the answer. Whether believer or skeptic, there's no denying something strange is happening. Our world groans beneath the weight of prophecy, science, and mystery. The signs are written across the earth and sky. The clock may be ticking, but the choice remains ours. Will we watch? Will we wake up? Or will we scoff until it's too late? Feel free to leave your comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more mysteries like this. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.